Hello, welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I'm your host, and today I wanted to talk about a very cool topic that I thought about last night while, like, kind of dozing off in that way. People talk a lot about SATs. I can't quite remember what it stands for right now, but it's that imaginal beingness while you're kind of like drowsing off, where where they say your subconscious is more susceptible to uh, consciously assuming something, right? You feel more susceptible to what it is you want to believe. Isn't that's the thing, right? It's because you feel more susceptible to believing something that you want to believe in. But what's stopping you from believing in that? You see, what happens is that when you affirm I am that which I desire to be, you see, there's a point where there's a point where you feel something, and then something else comes along, and that something else is usually another voice. But there's only one voice, and that's your voice. You're only ever going to hear your own voice. It doesn't matter whose voice it comes through, it's always your true voice that's speaking through some filter. You see, I am doesn't have a voice, it's all voices. It's all thought, it's all beingness, it's all of it. So when you say I am that I am and you hear another voice that says I am not, you tend to believe the second one because you're waiting for the second one as if it's some other thing. You see, this is what we kind of do, right? This is what we kind of do. We are here, right? We are here. My pen is dying. Let's try another one. Right? We are here. Right? That was kind of cool, to be honest. We are here. And then you affirm something. Let's just say you affirm I am loved. I am loved. Right? Perfect. Beautiful. I am loved. And then you think that the secondary voice that you hear, right? You think that the secondary voice that you hear says no. You think that's an authority figure. You think that's your I am. You think this is the bigger part of you saying no. You're waiting for this fictional God entity that's greater than you to say yes, you are that. But you already said it. That's not what I said. You already said it. You are that greater thing. That no is that. This tiny little three-dimensionally focused you that sees like these mountains and things that are impossible, your dream life, and you can't get to it. That's what that is. That's what this no is. It just sounds like it's another thing, but the other voice is one of many. And if it's one of many, it's not the one, and you're the one. The one voice that says the same thing, I am, I am, I am, is your voice. You see, that's the thing. When you're waiting for that other voice to say something else, you're gonna wait for a very long time, if not indefinitely, because that voice doesn't have the capacity to say something else. It will only disagree with you. And even if it's agreeing with you for something that you disagree with, it's still disagreeing with what you're really saying, because you can say I am not loved, and that thing will say yes. But you see, you're not really saying I'm not loved. You're trying to get the voice to agree with you. But the voice doesn't matter. The voice is just there. The voice is context. The voice is just three-dimensionally. It's a three-dimensional focused voice that's just in the now moment. It doesn't matter. It's one of those things. It's a random voice. It may as well be a breeze. Like it means nothing. If you truly think that I picked the wrong pen up again, which is impossible. But yeah, you think that voice is that, and you say I need permission to say I am, and you think this voice here says nope. you don't believe it. You don't believe enough. You don't have enough faith. You don't have enough belief. You've done that. You've done that. You've done that. You've done that. All of these things that you've done. All of these conditions that exist. No, you need to fix that. You need to change that. You need to change this attitude. You need to be like that. You need to tell this person sorry. You need to regret that more. You need to feel guilty more. You need to penance more. You need to give more charity. You need to do this. You need to do that. And that will always be saying no, because there will always be another thing that you'll find that says I am not. And I am not is impossible, because that big thing that you think is so big that is not you, that is otherworldly, is a small version of you repeating itself over and over again like a little child. But you are that. You are I am, regardless of anything. So what do you do? What do you do? We try to affirm it harder. Affirm it harder over the voice, because you don't want that little voice there. How about just be indifferent to the voice? Just be indifferent to it. I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, you hear about these like tragic events and stuff like that there, and just try and take your mind back a moment before it. You weren't thinking about anything of the sort, right? You were feeling pretty happy-go-lucky or whatever it was, and then your whole mood changed because some thought came to you. I said, no, but it's not a thought. It's a three-dimensional experience. It's still just a thought. It was you're having a thought about it. That's what's bugging you. The thought about this means I can't have, or I can't be, or I am not. Somebody crying somewhere in reality means I can't be smiling. That's pretty much what you're saying. Which is, you don't know why they're crying. You don't know why it came into your awareness. You only know that it came into your awareness. But it came into your awareness because you have a belief in that because this exists, the thing that I desire can't. That's just not true, is it? That doesn't even make sense. Yeah. So, I am that I am. I am that I am. And yeah, the voice can be there. I am that I am still. I am that I am. You change your tone. I am that I am. But don't. I am that I am. Say it again. I am that I am. Say I am not. I am that I am. I am the dream. I am living my dream. I am my dream. It doesn't matter how I feel about something. Because you're going to feel a million different ways about a million different things. And it's... Don't fight for your limiting beliefs. Just say, no, I feel this way, so I need to feel better before I go do something. No, just do it. And I don't mean doing as in go do something to make what you want happen. I'm just saying if you feel like doing something, you know what I mean, and like go just do it. You don't need to feel better about doing it. You know what I mean? It's like take your accept what it is you're feeling, accept what it is you're doing, and accept that going forward, you are going forward as your reality, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what's happening, regardless of what you are thinking, regardless of anything. That you are just going forward as that person you desire to be. That's it. You know, if you're gonna wait until you feel better to say yes to something, and that doesn't mean like say, oh, go call your SP right now. You can if you really want to. I can't tell you what to do, right? What I mean by that is, don't wait to feel better to say yes to something you want to say yes to, believing that it's leading to everything that you desire. If it is leading to everything that you desire, say yes and go, because it is. It must be. It has to be. Say yes and go. Doesn't matter how you feel. You feel anxiety, you feel the doubt, you feel this, you feel that. You're waiting for this feeling to end, and you think that, oh no, what could happen? I need to feel better. I need to feel better so the thing that I'm anxious about doesn't happen. Why? It doesn't matter. Say, I'm feeling anxious about the certain outcome of this event. That's okay. I'm going to go anyway because my state of being is something else. My state of being is what I say it is, and I am in my dream life. So no matter what happens, it's going to unfold my dream life. My thoughts about what's going to happen, and not going to happen. My thoughts about what's going to happen it's just not going to happen, because they are completely irrelevant. My thoughts about what may happen are absolutely irrelevant. What I imagine might end no matter what happens here, no matter what happens in the wave of that reality, my end is done. I am already in that end. So no matter what happens, no matter what thought happens anywhere, no matter what I believe may happen here, from here, it doesn't happen there, it doesn't matter, it's all happening here. And it doesn't matter because I am already who I say I am. That's it. And here's the thing, I thought about this last night, which is kind of the crux of what I wanted to make the video about anyway. How do you know where you pointed? Like how do you know where your reality is going? How do you know who you are? How do you know? Right? Now here's the thing. You make an assumption of your life. You make an assumption of your dream life. You make an assumption of your unfolding of your story, right? And that assumption boils down to a series of frames. Now here's the thing. You are experiencing reality, 3D reality here, right? Here, you are at this point, and you think that 3D reality has been a solid unfolding from here, and it's going to be a solid unfolding until there. It's not necessary. It's not like that. It isn't like that, because plenty of times there have been plenty of times where somebody asked you the same question over and over and over and over, and you have been thinking, I've told you this a number of times, I don't understand. And you start to realize, no, reality is shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting and shifting. It's a different version. You see, it's a different version of them. This is all happening now, right? But you are pulling different versions of them into this now moment, because you exist multidimensionally, and you're being a different version of yourself. That didn't tell them that thing, that didn't say this thing, that didn't think, and you get to tell them again. You get to believe that I am this multidimensional person by experiencing multi-dimensions of the same people, because that's what you've been always doing. That's why sometimes you get late, but you're perfectly there because you're experiencing a different version of reality. You weren't late, you were on time for the version that you were. That's cool, huh? See, you're never late, you're on time for the version that you are. You are never late, you are on time for the version that you are. So how do you know who you are, right? Well, it's you. Your physically manifested you. Your physically manifested you has the body language and the embodiment and the going forward projectedness into and as something. And what are you going forward into and as? I say, I am going forward and walking in that, knowing I am in my dream life. I am walking as the identity I want to be. I am walking in and as my dream life toward that end frame. I'm going toward that end frame. It's like, how do I know which way? My end frame is everywhere. I can't take a wrong direction. I just need to pick a direction and go forward. So it doesn't matter which direction I take. I can't pick the wrong one. The fact that I don't know means there's no reason to not pick anything. The fact that I don't know which direction can only mean two things. If you don't know a direction to go, it only means two things. Where you want to go doesn't exist, or the direction you pick doesn't matter, because all directions lead to where you want to go. And since reality is infinite, there must be an infinite number of ways to get to where you want to go. But I want the fastest one. The fastest one is all of them. It doesn't matter which one. There's no such thing as time. There's no such thing as speed. There's no such thing as anything. It's just bleh. Pick one and walk and say, okay, right, but I feel that, but how do I know reality is doing that? How do I know reality is leading me to everything that I want? Because if your physical nature is pointed in a certain direction, and you acknowledge it is pointed in a certain direction. You acknowledge that I am pointed in this direction. I don't know which way to go. I am just going to go in the faith that I am going in the right direction, no matter what it is I do, choose, or be doing in that moment. I am going in that direction. My body language is going in that direction. My faith is that direction. My end goal is that direction. It doesn't matter what's going on. I'm going in that direction, regardless of what happens. How do you know reality is doing that? Because your physical self is a manifestation of your higher self. And your higher self is all of reality in combination. Right? Your higher self is all of reality in combination, and it is manifesting you in this now moment. Your higher self is all reality in this moment, and is manifesting you in its image. So if you are pointed in the direction of your end frame, and I am assuming that I am in my end frame, I am assuming that I am on that path, I am assuming that everything's working out for me, I am assuming that I am that I desire to be in the life that I desire to be living. It is because your higher self is also manifesting all of reality as that. Not just you. You're just the one that's consciously aware of what it's manifesting as. That's what it means to be conscious. You're consciously aware of what reality is pointed at, because you are aware of what you are pointed at. If you are aware of what you are pointed at, it is because your I am awareness that you are is pointed in a certain direction, and that's what all of reality is unfolding as, because you are literally reality itself. You are all of it right now, right here. Very pinnacle. The very, very, very tippy top. You are that. That's what I thought about last night. You can change anything. My mom told me a story yesterday. It's quite cool. I experienced her getting scammed some months ago, whatever it was. It was like a whole thing. And the bank called her and said, we can't do anything about it. If they call you back somehow, just ask them for the money back or whatever it is, because we really can't do anything. It was a user issue. It's unfortunate, right? And then we moved on, whatever. And yesterday she told me, hey, the stuff that I bought from that scam website, it came. I'm wearing it. It was funny. It was really funny. You see, because it's impossible. And like your three-dimensional mind is going to be like, oh no, then it wasn't a scam, the bank was wrong. But that's how it unfolds, right? It wasn't a scam, the bank was wrong. In this reality, in another reality, the bank was right, and it was a scam. It just depends on how it's whether or not you're going to believe in a possibility existing is irrelevant to whether it exists or not, because you experience getting scammed and you experience not getting scammed. You see, it is only love. That's the point. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say today. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for the comments that are rolling in. Enjoyed it. Thank you for the liking, subscribing, and much love to you all. I am Reese. This is Redaction Reality. I have a Facebook group if you want. I have a Facebook group if you want to join. Jeez. And you can ask me questions directly there. If you want to get more detailed stuff, that's also great. There's a TikTok page if you want to follow that as well. I appreciate the support. Much love, much light, and have a wonderful day. Bye.